The question says add the following numbers. We got two set of numbers here. We've got a set here and we've got another one here. And this says 4,365. And we wish to add 979. And on the other side, on the right hand side here, we've got 52,938. And we'll be adding 197. So let's begin from here. Let's rub this off. Okay. Now we go for this. We have a 4. We got a 3, we got a 6, we got a 5, we got this one here. We start with the number at the extreme end here, which is the 9, and then we'll go for the 7, and then we'll go for the 9. Now let's add this together. We have what? Okay. Now we'll notice that there's an empty space here, and that means there's no number here at all. Now let's add. 5 plus 9 is 14. We have 14, we put a 4 down and we'll keep the 1. Let's keep the 1. Okay, so we're in the 4, we're keeping the 1. Okay, now let's add this 1 to this 6, making it 7, and 7 plus 7 is 14, and we have another 14, so we write down the 4, and we'll keep the 1, and this one's going to be added to the next section there. So let's just write down the 4, we're keeping the 1. Now let's add this 1 to the 3, or we can add it to the 9. If we add it to the 9, it gives us a 10, and then it's easier to add a 3 to the 10. So 9 plus 1 is 10, and 10 plus 3 gives us a 13. We have a 13, right? A 3. I will take the 1 we added to this 4, and 1 plus 4 is 5, and there's nothing here, and that means we're going to have our answer as 5 there. Beautiful. Okay, let's look at this, the second question, and it says 52,938. You've got 52,938, and we to add 197. Let's start with the number at the extreme end there, 7, and then we go for the 9, and then we go for the 1. So this is the arrangement needed. We have the addition sign there. This is empty, and this here is empty. So we start. 8 plus 7 is what? We know that 7 plus 7 is 14, and 7 plus 8 will be what? 15. Just adding 1. 15, that's 5, and we'll keep the 1. We add the 1 to this. We can either add the 1 to the 3 or add the 1 to the 9. If we add the 1 to the 9, it gives us a 10, and 10 plus 3 will give us a 13, which is easier. A 13, that means we're going to write down a 3 and take the 1 and take it to the other side. As a 13, we're putting down this 3 and this 1. We're going to be adding it to this here, this row, this column here. So we'll add a 1 to the 9, and let's rub this off here. Okay, now adding the 1 to the 9 gives us a 10, and 10 plus 1 is 11. 11. So we're going to write a 1, and the other one is going to be carried to the next number here. So we add this 1 to the 2, that gives us a 3, and 3 plus nothing, there's nothing there. So we can just rub this off here, and 3 plus nothing will give us what? A 3. And here 5 plus nothing will give us a 5. So let's rub this off. So here we've been able to get as our answer 53,135, and here we've got 5,344. Beautiful. Here we've got 63,491. We need to add 5,004 and 439. So let's begin. We've got 6 here, 3, 4, 9, 1. Okay, and here we start from the extreme right. We have a 4 there, we have a 0, we have a 0, and we have a 5. There's an empty space there, and then we've got 9 there, that's for the third one, and we've got a 3, and we've got a 4, and we can see that there's an empty space there, and there's another one here. Beautiful. Now let's add. Addition sign comes here. Okay, we begin. Now 1 plus 4 plus 9. If we add these two together, 1 and a 9, that gives us a 10. So it's now easier to add the 4 to it. So 9 plus 1 is 10, and 10 plus 4 is 14. And we have 14. We'll put that 4 down, and we'll add 1 to the next column. So let's just rub this off and carry on from there. We've got 1 plus 9, 10, and 10 plus 0 remains 10, and 3 will give us a 13. So a 13, we're going to put a 3 down and add a 1 to the next column. So 1 plus 4 is 5, and 5 plus 4 is 9. Beautiful. Here we've got 3 and a 5. 3 and a 5 gives us an 8, and 8 plus nothing, there's nothing there. 8 plus nothing will give us what? Will give us 8. And here we've got 6 plus nothing and nothing. So 6 plus nothing there and nothing there gives us 6, or remains at 6. Okay, so here we've got 68,934 as our answer. In this question, we'll be adding decimal numbers, so we need to be very careful the way we arrange our numbers. Let's start from this here. That is 9,384.7. We will be adding 6.99. So let's go. We have 9, 3, 8, 4.7. Now it's important that we align our decimal points. The decimal point there and there must always align. So we have the first one here. Now that is coming from here, which is the 9384.7. Okay, so the decimal point has already been added. So in this case, we need to add this decimal point first so that we don't make a mistake. So we add the decimal point first. Let's just highlight it. Okay, and to the right hand side of this decimal point, we've got a 9 and a 9. So let's add that, a 9 and a 9. We can see that there's an empty space there, no problem. So we have a 6 there, we have a 6 here. So let's add them up. Okay, now we have our addition sign there. We can see we have also got empty spaces there. So we can just leave them empty, just there to highlight that it's empty. Now let's add up. Now that's nothing plus 9. Okay, nothing plus 9 will give us a what? Will give us a 9. Now we have 7 plus a 9. So 7 plus a 9 will give us a 16. If we take a 1 out of this 7 and add it to the 9, that will give us a 10. And since we're taking a 1 out of the 7, we're going to have 6 left. And if we add a 1 to the 10, to the 9, making it 10, so we can just say 10 plus 6, that's 16. So that's another way of looking at it. So 9 plus 7 plus 9 will give us 16. So let's, we're going to add a 6 here. We're going to write a 6 here, and the 1 will be adding it to the 4. But do not forget the decimal point. Point. Okay, let's highlight that. Point. And then we come here. We've added a 1 to this here, a 1 to the 4, and 1 plus a 4 is a 5, and 5 plus a 6 will give us 11. So we have 1 here, and 11 we're gonna add the remaining 1 to the 8 here, and 1 plus 8 will give us a 9, and 9 plus nothing will still give us a 9. So let's just write this off. So 9 plus nothing will give us 9. 3 plus nothing will give us 3. Okay, 3, and 9 plus nothing will give us a 9. Okay, will give us a 9. So that's sorted. So here we've got 9,391.69. Now the next question, we got 3 set of numbers here. The first one is 53, that's 53.07. The decimal point is very important. We have to align it. Okay, So let's go for the next one. The decimal point first, we have it here. And to the right, we've got 2. And to the left, we've got an 8. We've got a 0. And we've got a 1. You can see that there's an empty space there. And there's an empty space there. Okay. Now the last one here is 7.0034. So, oh, the decimal point. Okay, we got it here. And we got it there. You can see that it's aligned there. Okay. Now here we've got 7 point. So let's go for the point first. Here the point there. Let's highlight it so that we know where we are. The 7 point has been aligned. And then we have to the right we got 0 0. We got 0 0. And then we have 3 and a 4. A 3 and a 4. And then to the left we've got a 7. You will observe that there is nothing here and there is nothing there, and here to the top of the tree here is empty, and here to the 4 is empty, here is also empty, and here is empty. Okay, now let's add them up. Let's add the additional sign. So we have nothing, nothing, and a 4 will give us a 4. So let's put a 4 and let's rub this off so that we can have back our original question there. Okay. Here, nothing, nothing plus a 3 will give us a 3. Okay, let's remove all. Let's remove this. Okay. So we proceed. We have 7 plus nothing plus 0 will give us a 7. Okay, let's get this out of the way to make it more beautiful. So we have 0 plus 2 plus 0 gives us a 2. Now point, 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 and then we have our point. So you can see that is well aligned. Okay, now we come here. Now we've got a 3 plus an 8 and a 7. Now 3 plus 8 is 11, and 11 plus 7 will give us 18. So therefore we'll put the 8 here and we add a 1 to the 5. So 1 plus a 5, that's a 6. 6 plus 0 is still 6, and 6 plus nothing is 6. Okay, we put the 6 and let's rub this off. Okay, now nothing, that's an empty space, plus a 1 plus nothing will give us a 1. And let's rub that off. Okay, so we have the original question here. That's 5353.07 here, 0.07, 108.2, 108.2, 7.0034, 7.0034, and that gives us 168.2734. Beautiful. We have another set of decimal numbers here, and that is 5.2507. We will be adding 31.06, and here we've got 3 of them here. 665.9. We'll be adding 87.35, not 35 but 35, and here we've got 8.139. So let's begin. Here let's write them out. We've got a 5, decimal point is there, we've got a 2 and a 5, a 0 and a 7. So we've got a decimal point. It's important that we align it. So here we will go for 31.06. The point first, the point is there, and then to the right we've got a 0 and a 6, and to the left we've got a 1 and a 3. Okay, so let's add them up. We got our additional sign there. So 7, we can see that this is empty, so 7 plus nothing is a 7. 0 plus nothing is 0. 5 plus 6, that is 11. So we're going to put down 1 and add a 1 to the 2. A 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus a 0 remains as 3. Point, point, and then a point. Let's highlight that. It's important that we align the decimal point when adding decimal numbers. Now we've got 5 and a 1. 5 plus 1, that's a 6. nothing plus 3, that will give us a 3. So here we've got 36.3107. And over here we've got a 6 of 5.9. So decimal point, and in the next one, decimal point first, and then we've got a 3 and a 5. 3 and a 5 to the right, and then to the left we've got a 7 and an 8. 7 and an 8. So decimal point has been highlighted. We go for the next one. We have 8.139. So the point first, and then we have a 139, and here we've got an 8. So let's add them up. We can see that there's an empty space here and there. So nothing plus 9 will give us a 9. Here we've got an empty space. So nothing plus 5 plus 3 will give us an 8. Here we've got 9, 3, and a 1. So we can say 9 plus 1, that's a 10. And 10 plus 3 will give us a 13. So we have a 3. And then we have decimal point, and that's a decimal point. Okay, it's important that we align the decimal points. Okay, now we have this. We've got a 7, we've got a 5, we've got an 8. Now let's go for this 7 and 8. We know that 7 plus 7 is 14, and 7 plus 8 will be what? 15. And 15 plus a 5 will give us what? Will give us a 20. So we put a 0 down, and we're gonna add a 2 to this. Now 2 plus 6 is 8, and 8 plus 8 is 16. So we put a 6 down and add a 1 to the 6. 1 to the 6 will give us what? A 7. 7 plus nothing, and plus nothing will remain a 7. So we have 760.389. Beautiful. Now we've got these 4 numbers, and we will observe that that this one here has got no decimal point at all, and this one here, which is 49, has got no decimal point, but this one here has got a decimal point, and this one has got a decimal point. So what we're going to do is, let's start from the first one here. This, which is 7908, has got no decimal point. But the truth is, behind every number there's a decimal point. It's just that in this case, that is for 7,908, the decimal point is invincible, but we're going to make it visible. So therefore we will add it, because we need to add it. We need to arrange these numbers and align them. We need to align them based on the decimal points. So we need to add a decimal point now, because we need to align all the numbers. Now let's go for the next one. Here we have 6.5, so we go for the point first, and to the right we've got a 5, and to the left we've got a 6. Beautiful. Now the next one is 92.138. Go for the point first, point there. To the right we've got a 1, and we've got a 3, and we've got an 8. And to the left we've got a 2, and we've got a 9. And then the last one, which is 49, this is 49. 49 is the same as 49 point. The point is invincible, and we just need to add, we just need to add it. Let's just make it red. So here we'll have to add the decimal point, and then put the 9 here and the 4 there, and then we can add. Okay, now I'll show some there. Now here we know that in the question there is no decimal point, but because we need to align all the decimal points, we need to make the decimal point visible. It's actually there, but it's just invincible. Oh yes, disappeared. Okay, good. Now that means this is empty, this is empty, and then the same thing with this and this. So let's go. Nothing plus 8, and nothing will give us 8. Here nothing, 3, and nothing will give us a 3. Here we've got nothing plus 5, that's a 5, plus a 1, that's a 6, 6 plus nothing will give us a 6. Okay, let's just rub this off. We don't need it. Okay, now here we've got 6 and an 8. Sorry, 8 and a 6. 8 and a 6 will give us a 14, and a 14 plus 2 will give us what? 16, and a 16 plus a 9. We need to be careful that we don't make mistakes here. So let's start again. 8 plus a 6 is a what? Is a 14. A 14 plus a 2 will give us a 16. Or you can say this here, 6 plus a 2 will give us 8, and 8 plus 8 will give us 16. So we can just rub this off and this off, and we have that. So we have 6 plus 2, 8, and 8 plus 8, 16, and we have 16, and we'll be adding 9 to 16. If you take a 1 out of this 6 and you add it to the 9, that will give us a 10. Beautiful. And since you've taken a 1 out of the 6, what do you have left? You have a 5. That means you have a 15 left here. So you took a 1 out of the 16 and you added to the 9, it gave you 10, and of course you're going to have 15 left here, and if you add a 15 to a 10, that will give you 25. Therefore 16, let's show this off. Therefore 16, that is 6 plus 2, that's 8, and 8 plus 8, 16. 16 plus a 9 should give us a 25. Oh, the decimal point. Let's go for the decimal point. We are aligning the decimal point. So that means it's got to go there. Okay. Now that's a 25. Yeah, we got a 25 there. 25, we're going to be putting a 5 here, and we are going to be adding a 2 to this column here. Now 2 plus a 9, that will give us 11, and 11 plus a 4, that will give us another 15. That's a 5. We have a 1 left. Add a 1 to the 9, that's going to give us a 10. So we have 0, 1 added to 7, and that will give us a what? That will give us an 8, and of course there's nothing down here, so it's going to be an 8. So this one here. Okay, so we added a 1 to the 9, that gives us a 10, and we have nothing to add to it. That's why we have a 0, and we took 1 to the other side to add to the 7 to give us an 8. So here our answer is 8,055.638. Beautiful.